Hello and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's Electric Quilters.
Hey!
We are super excited that you are joining us this evening. We have a great thing planned out for you tonight using the Skill Builder Mastery Book.
Exactly, we do. I can't wait to show you some of the different designs that are in there, and it's just super fun, right?
Yes, it is.
All the different techniques that are in there are pretty cool.
Yes.
Right?
I absolutely love the techniques in the Skill Builder Mastery Book.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that you can do and so many things that are available to you. Now, there's not like step-by-step line drawing instructions like we're used to seeing with certain books.
Yeah.
But the designs that are available, you can just get so many ideas. I mean, when we were sitting out here planning out what we were going to do with what, you looked at that design and you were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, but maybe I can tweak it to do this.
Maybe I can make it easier for me.
But it gives you that kind of that idea, that platform to start from.
Exactly.
Somewhere to start from where you can build on top of that.
It sure does. Looks like we have a lot of people on watching. Yay. Thanks for joining us. We're excited. Okay. So what do you say we just get to it?
No,
Oh,
I don't say that.
That's right. We have to let you go through your little spiel.
She is trying to get me out already. Wow.
Oh, do you like our shirts?
Oh, yes.
Corey made us some like a Halloween.
There's pumpkins on the hours, and these look like flames. It's cool.
Exactly. And then tomorrow morning, you'll see us kind of dressed up a little bit. So make sure you're there tomorrow morning.
Not by choice. Not by choice. But anyway, as always, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's going to be right down at the bottom right-hand corner. After you click on that subscribe button, make sure you click on the little bell that shows up so you can get notified whenever we post new videos, go live at After Hours, and go live in Good Morning LEQ.
Whoop, whoop. That's right.
Whoop. That's a good whoop whoop.
That's a whoop whoop.
That's a whoop whoop I needed today.
That's a Halloween whoop whoop.
That's a Halloween whoop whoop.
A few days ahead of time, but you know.
Alrighty, well let's head over to the machine real quick and take a look at the Skill Builder Mastery Book. So I'm going to head over there real quick. And while I'm heading over there, Diana, you always have a question.
I do?
With your After Hours. There's always a question.
I know. The question is, have you ever used any of the Skill Builder products, Mastery Book, Skill Builder 1-2 panel, any of those different things that have come out from RGA Designs? She has some really cool stuff.
Yes. So this is the Skill Builder Mastery Book. It's $12.99, available on our website, longarmsupplies.net. There's over 100 continuous line designs in here. And a cool thing about this book is there's also a lot of education when it comes to transferring and marking quilts, sizing designs, selecting quilt designs. So many different things in here that are available to you, but look at the plethora of designs that you can work from and get. And there's so many different ideas built on so many different types of blocks. A 16 patch, cabin in the cotton, so many different things here. And we're just going to go over a few of them tonight. We're going to quilt out a few of them, but I just wanted you to get a look. All these triangles. I love triangles and flying geese.
Yeah,
border
I think we have
designs.
some really good ideas that we're going to put together.
So many things. So I think, Diana, if I'm not mistaken, you're up first, right?
I am.
All right, well, let's get to drawing.
Alrighty, let me make sure I position this right. Okay. I don't want to make it too, there we go, I think it's straight. Okay, so I've got the book open, and I was looking at what to do on a 9-patch star block, and I decided I was going to do something close to this one. Now I adapted it just a little bit like Corey said, and so here we go. So I'm going to draw it out first. If you've ever watched this before, we like to show you how to draw it out, practice first, and then go over there on the machine. This is what it's supposed to try to look like. I practiced ahead of time.
Supposed to try to look like. I like that.
And so this is what we're going to draw. Alrighty. So I'm going to get started over here. Let's see. I'm going to look at my little cheat sheet too. All right, Corey, you can talk while I'm doing this. You know I can't talk at the same time.
Oh, okay. So one of the cool things about this book, I didn't show it to you when we were looking through it, but in the back, there are all these templates for a bunch of different blocks, and like this one, she's doing a 9-patch star template that you can copy these pages and then put them in a sheet protector like we're doing now, and you can use them to build your muscle memory for your designs. And it gives you some really cool techniques as she's coming in here and kind of following this design. And if you'll look, the actual, and it wasn't really intended to do this, but on that template, you can already see those dotted lines refer to the Basic 8 stencil that we sell from the Designs with Lines series. And that's really nice that that's already there to give you those line works to see, okay, I need to go here, I need to go here. And it helps you build that design up and work all the way around. And the coolest thing about building this muscle memory with that sheet protector is that you are figuring out the way to keep this going as continuous as possible, because as long as that machine is stitching, you're getting things done. And you can get it done a lot faster, keeping that continuous and not having to pause and cut your threads and move on to the next thing.
Look, I did it when I don't talk.
That's why you have me. I love to talk. So that does that.
Alrighty, so that's what I kind of did. I think you kind of watched how I was going in the direction. So sometimes, like I did on here, I made little notes to kind of tell me the direction I'm going to go, so I can take it over to the machine, and if I get stuck, I can be like, oh yeah, I need to do that. I need to go that direction. So I'm going to go over to the machine, and we're going to attempt to draw this. I guess I'm not going to attempt to draw that. I did. I'm going to attempt to quilt it.
Going to attempt to quilt it. There you go. That's one way to look at it.
Alrighty, so I've got my stuff in place. I'm using my big basic 8. I have that down. Remember, when you chalk, you always want to make sure that the label is down. This comes in an 8-inch, or sorry, a 9-inch and a 14-inch. I'm using the 14-inch.
Stencil.
I'm using some pounce powder. This is the full line stencil pounce powder.
Oh, the pink, my favorite.
Yeah, the pink.
It shows up on everything. I mean, except for pink, but.
Except for pink.
I mean, how many times are we quilting on pink fabric? Now that I
Exactly.
say it, I'm going to get a ton of quilts in my DMs that are all
There
pink.
you go. And I'm just putting this on so it kind of matches the design that was on the paper that I just did, just so I'm following the same thing. Now I'm taking off my stencil. I've got some marks here just to kind of give me the center and direction. If I wanted to go back in and pounce some more, I could. If I had a lot on, I would just kind of spritz it in place with the best press, right? Put a little bit to keep it in place.
Love those little spray mister bottles. They work out really,
Yeah, these are
well.
really cool.
A nice light mist there.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take the scissors off, bring the machine over.
Where's your chalk pencil?
My chalk pencil is over there.
Okay.
So let me go grab that so I can make my little arrows.
Okay.
Thank you for that little tip, Mr.
I got
Corey.
you. I got you.
Good thing.
You would have gotten started and said, "Where's my chalk pencil?" And I
I
can't
know,
move. So.
I know. Alrighty, so I'm going to make sure that I'm going this direction and then out and around. Okay, I think I got it. I might make marks when I stop.
Okay.
So
So we're starting in the center, I see.
we're starting in the center.
Cool. Pull up your thread.
There we
Grab
go.
that bobbin thread. Take a couple of single stitches to tie off. Maybe 1 or 2 more.
Okay. Oh.
There you go.
Alrighty, so now I'm going to get started. Ready?
Go ahead.
I think I'm ready.
I think you are.
This is so much bigger than the paper, so
I'm screaming. This is so much bigger than the paper.
well, when you practice on something.
Yeah, when you
that's-
practice on something small, yeah.
So I'm bringing it back into the point, and then I'm going to come out off this, and then I'm going to go from, what would you call that, Corey, when you're going,
Continuous curve?
yeah,
Oh,
continuous
point to
curve,
point?
like a point to point.
Yeah.
And this is pretty big, so if I wanted to go do something inside there, I could, right?
You definitely could.
So I'm gonna keep going with my design.
Okay. But the flexibility of this, and that gives you something right there. That's a whole nother design aspect.
Yeah,
work
back
from.
to the center. And I'm going to these points inside here. And you have to kind of pretend that this is like a quilt block, right? Like it's not just plain, it's an actual quilt block we're working with.
Yeah, we just have it stitched down to kind of mimic the idea. Doing this with a lovely neon orange thread for Halloween.
Yes.
And I believe you're at 11 stitches per inch. Nice stitch length to show this off. Back to the center. There you go.
Sometimes you get lost.
That's okay.
Just like when you're driving, you get lost. I know I do sometimes.
I don't. I guess I've had that happen before.
Well, kind of like if you're going somewhere and,
That you've gone so many times and you're like, how did I even get here this time?
yeah.
Oh, it's looking so
I'm
good.
going to stop for a second and turn this over here. I could trim them off or just keep going. Come down through my line. I like how easy the machine is to move, though. The way it just kind of glides. Like I don't have any force on my hands at all. It's nice.
Now, would you quilt this with neon orange thread
No.
on a real quilt, maybe? Just giving you the idea that you can see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, I decided that I would do a bigger petal then.
That's okay. It's a design choice.
The idea is I wanted to make sure I was doing a continuous stitch.
Yep.
And that I wasn't stopping. And you can see you improve as you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm done. Other than I could fill in some stuff, but I think that gives the idea of how to continue going.
Yeah,
you know, if you wanted to, you could put a little stippling in here and here. What would you put stippling in at? Like on the inside or outside?
Probably on the outside of it.
So if I wanted to do a tiny little bit of stippling just to give an idea.
Yeah.
Stippling I can do.
Yeah, stippling. It's a good design.
Like that. And then you could fill in some stippling on the side to make it pop some more.
Definitely.
Good job. All right, Corey, why don't you go show yours?
Okay. So I'll go over to my space. And I'm going to be working on an 8-point star, or more or less an Ohio star block to start off with. So I'm going to grab this one right here and get all lined up. Perfect. Love it. Okay. And I am going to come in with this one. If I'm looking, again, we have a basic 8 idea already. And I want to kind of work with feathers and kind of feather out on this vein right here. And I kind of took a couple of designs from the book all in all to kind of make this. But that's one of the best things is it gave me an idea and I worked off of it from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here. Always for this design, I'm always going to be starting in the center. And I'm going to build off of this imaginary line, which will be chalked down. And I'm going to build off of this with some feathers. Come to that line, back and forth, back and forth. The great thing about feathers is they fill any space really well because you can always change the shape of a feather to fit almost any design, if not any design. So I'm coming in, following down that, coming up here. If I want to throw another one in right up there at the top, maybe even if I want to throw in a curly Q. Let's do that. We'll throw in a curly Q up there. Travel down this vein. That will be chalked on, so we have that line. And then we're just going to come back on this opposite side, just like so. Working around this, giving that feather a nice swoosh. Leaving a little bit of space so we can go in with a little bit of a curly Q. Come back, travel back down this vein, so that'll be a double line of stitching. And then you're going to turn with that machine and just go this direction now. And you're going to do that all the way around this block, filling up all this space. And then for the outside portion, the background portion, I'm looking at this as a square right here, and then we've got a half square triangle right there to work from. So finding something that I can keep continuous will help me out in that aspect. So I'm going to start, I'll say start right about there. It's going to be my starting position. And I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work around this in a clockwise motion, and kind of starting with more of a square look. So I'm kind of coming in here, more or less an echo on the inside, giving a little bit of curvature in here, and then I start to make it more circular. And we'll spiral all the way in. And then we're going to come out, kind of make it again more square, and that's going to get from this point to this point right here. So it's going to make it continuous on. And I can bounce from this, bounce in, and then start this kind of fern effect all the way in, come in, point this up, come out of that point, and then fern it back. I'll give it more and more, and then come back to that point, and then get in with this section as well. And that's going to put me at that circular motion portion again. Always going in a clockwise motion, coming out, and then I can go back into that. So I'm going to head over to the machine and make that happen. So let's go see what I can do. All right, so
I'm not sure what you needed, so I set out stuff for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So this block, I stitched it on with a really, really dark brown thread, so it's going to be hard for you to see. But it's the exact same kind of Ohio star block there to give you that idea. So I'm going to take my basic 8 stencil, and I'm going to lay that label side down on this block. And yeah, this was a great idea doing this in dark brown. I got to look and make sure everything's in alignment. I didn't think that one through, did I? And basically what I'm doing is I'm lining up these lines with the seam lines of this block so I can see where everything needs to go. And a little harder for y'all to see on camera, but I think you get the idea. Take this, give my pounce powder a little hit since it was just used. Pull that off and come in with this, chalking it down. I'll get a little bit of movement, never hurt. Diana does a little bit of chalk. I like a lot of chalk. I like a lot of chalk. A little easier to get the little bit off, but
there you
that
go.
works. All right, all the way through. Give myself a little bit of a spray with Best Press there. Just mist that down so it stays in place. And then we are going to start off, with this center portion and work our way out. So I'm going to start right here.
I love those handles. We were able to move them up for you so I can get a better shot for Corey. Adjustable handles are nice.
So I'm going to take this and tie off a couple of single stitches here. As I'm doing that, perfect. And then I'm going to start in with my feather and using this as my invisible vein right now. And their feathers can be as dense or as non-dense as you want them to be. And the great thing about this design is you can cross over those piecing lines and not have a single problem. It's really going to bring it in together. Nice little curly Q up here to fill in that space. Drop down, use this for your vein. It's about the straightest line I've ever stitched. Wow. I'm in shock. All right. And you just keep working your way around this. Filling this in, coming back, bring it in with a little bit of a curly Q up here. Curl back, travel down, and then bounce this way and do it again.
Oh, that's good.
As you can see, this is something that works really, really fast, just depending on the density of the feather that you want it to work with. And it can fill up a space really nice. Come in with a little bit of that curly Q. Travel down, and do it again.
And you basically, I like how we're combining the two.
Yeah.
The mastery book and the basic eights and the different stencils that we carry from Design with Lines.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier to follow.
There's so many things you can do with them. Oh, well, I forgot my curly Q. We'll just throw it in there. That's fine. Look at that. Like it was supposed to be there. Oh, now I get to do this upside down. Here's the fun part. All right. Just filling in this space real nice. And the thing about feathers too, as you'll see, I'm kind of trying to, the ending points of these feathers, here I go talking, I lose track. The ending points of these feathers are pointed a little bit more down towards that stem so it looks a little bit more natural, as opposed to just stopping, and because I stopped like that, I broke my thread. Saying that's what I do for touching things. So I can flip this around real quick. And while I'm doing this, let me grab my scissors. Here they go. Let me pop this in real quick. And then I think y'all get the idea of working around this block. So let's look at the background of the quilting here.
Oh, yeah.
So you're doing that all the way around unless, should I finish the whole inner side of the block?
Go ahead. It looks really good.
Might as well, yeah.
Even if we miss a block later.
If I leave it out, then it's going to drive me crazy. All right, let's pull my thread back up. Sorry about that. A couple more tile stitches. Okay, do that, and then I'm going to cut this too. There we go. All right. So we're traveling back down here. Stop that, get this out the way. Here we go. All right. I'm just filling up this section as I go. So I'm traveling a little bit down with that stem. Another feather, and then we'll come in with a curly Q. Curly Qs are facing towards each other. In there, back down the stem, and here we go. Oh, it's so much fun. So easy, so fast.
What size block was this again?
This is a 14-inch block, I think.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think it's about a 14-inch block.
So
Now you can imagine this on a smaller range too.
Yeah.
You know, that would look really nice. Good density on that too.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking you can knock out some 14-inch blocks or 12-inch blocks really fast.
Oh, really, really fast. I
That's
mean,
what I
even
was
with the
thinking.
smaller ones, you don't have to do this many feathers. I have to fill up a lot of space here, but on a small one, you only have to do a few feathers and you've got it done. All right. So that's going to be the stopping point there. I don't have any travel lines to get to my background. So I'm going to pull up my threads real quick. Nice and simple. And then we're going to come down to our starting position right here for this block. Pull up my threads again. Couple of tie-offs, never hurt nobody. And then we'll get going. Remember, we're starting a little bit more on this square and then coming in with a circle then at that point to mimic those curly cues. Oh, so I hit the button too many times. There we go. Starting in with a curvature now. Curve. And then following in with a full circle now. Around, around, around. Making our way out. Now it's going to begin to give yourself a little curvature on the outside, come into that point, and then you get to come into that basic 8 line and start your fern.
Oh, cool.
And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Point, come down, and then back and forth. And then from there, you would come to that point. I'm going to stop right there. You'd go to that point, and then you'd start working around the rest of the block. But at that point, now that that's done, you'd imagine you've got a nice Ohio star block done in, you know, next to nothing time once you get the motion down of, you know, what direction you want to go.
That looks good.
I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go back and look at some triangles. Over here from the drawing board. Alrighty. Triangles, triangles. Here we go. Mark that off. Okay. So I'm going to be using the sunflower design. I call it a sunflower, or the sunburst, maybe you could call it that too. Design on page 12 of our mastery book. Bunch of triangle designs, like I said earlier. I love triangles. And I'm going to be looking at this one right down here. I like the way that this kind of looks like a half sun or a part of a flower. And so this is great for using continuous line triangles if you're trying to fill up a border, or if you have half square triangles in a block, you could work your way around that really, really easy and really, really fast. So using this template that was in the back, so I just slid that in a sheet protector. I could have a basic 8 pounce down on here as well. That gives me the portions to work off of. And I'm going to start here on my left-hand side, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to stop maybe 2 inches from the center of this triangle. Even maybe give myself a little bit of a guideline. There we go. Wow, I don't know where that came from. To that portion there. And then I'm going to come up to my basic 8 line, down, up to the point here, down, up, down, and then at this point, once I get to this section, remember this little circle that I just drew was just for us to get an idea. That's not there right now. So I can start and come down and then work my way this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, fill in those portions, and then go over like that. And so I could really make that work all the way across that quilt and just kind of fill this in maybe with some texture, and that's going to make those triangles look really, really cool. So, Diana, you didn't say anything. Did you not like that?
No, it looks good. It looks good. We had a question about what thread we're using, and it's actually called Quilter's Edition from Permacore, and it's a neon orange.
Yeah, we love the neon orange, and it looks cool under the, oh, we didn't show the black light yet.
No,
We'll
you
do
can
that
show it
next.
with your triangle.
Oh, that's cool. I can show it's a triangle. Okay, so let's head over to the machine, and we're going to look at that triangle. I've got a series of them here. Let's start over here, and I'm going to snag a basic 8 stencil and my pounce powder. Lay this down, and I'm lining up this line right here with the bottom of my triangle, and then this straight line that points up to the north, I'm lining up with the northern point of my triangle to give me a nice, good look right there. Okay, get that out of the way. My hit. Do that. It's going to drop that on, and then I'll do one more over here so you can see how it's going to stay continuous. Ooh, there we go. Northern point, bottom, bottom. All right, give it another hit real quick. Love pounce powder. I love it. So easy. Just like that. All right, and then I'm going to take my best press. Just a little spritz on that to keep it locked down, keep it from bouncing all over the place. And let's switch to blacklight for fun.
That'd be fun.
So I'm going to come here. All right, just like that. Now my blacklight makes this orange thread really glow, which just looks kind of cool. So I'm going to start over here on the left side, and I am going to actually grab let me grab a bobbin real quick to give myself a little bit of an idea of a circle. It's small, but it gives myself an idea of a circle.
Oh, a bobbin or a little template, whatever
Bobbin
you
or
have.
template. Yeah, that's a
Well, we
little
know you have a
bobbin, but
bobbin.
we know we have a bobbin around, so that's an easy thing to work from. So I lost my chalk pencil. Oh well, Expo marker it is. I wouldn't recommend an Expo marker on a quilt, but Expo marker for me, just something to give myself a circle. There we go. I can see that. All right. Move the bobbin off so we don't run over it. Single stitch to pull up our threads. Single, single, single to tie off. And then I'm going to head to that imaginary line that I've got. So I'm going to come here. My imaginary circle would be right there. Here, imaginary circle. Northern point, imaginary circle. Northern point, back down. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go this way actually. Close up those points like that. And then work from there, 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 there. And then I'm going to take it backwards actually to give it more texture because it's so small. Come over here. And then, oh, I didn't mark this one. Oh, this will be fun. All right. Totally guessing where this one's going to go. Here. Close that. And then back in. Back and forth. Give a lot of texture in here. Just like that.
And come over and show the black light.
Yeah, totally. Just like that.
There we go. Eventually I'll figure out how to use this little mouse.
Takes
Yeah,
practice.
that looks good.
Cool. All right. Are you up next?
I am.
All right. So let's head back over to the drawing board. And Dianna is going to take a look at some squares and squares, half square triangle blocks.
Oh, now that I have to compete with Corey.
Oh.
His is so good, and mine's kind of not so good, but it's okay, because we're going to have fun.
Yours is good.
Oh, I'm just
Don't beat
playing.
yourself down. I
I'm
think
not
your
beating
stuff's
myself up. Sorry, I'm like throwing this stuff in the camera, aren't I? All right,
Throwing
so
stuff
I
at the
actually, I
people.
love how
Wow.
this has so many different designs. So I actually went and looked at some of the square designs and got kind of started off with this idea here and then changed it up just a bit. So that's what's nice. Again, all the different things that you can choose from, different designs, all in one book. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to bring my little paper over here. And again, on like I did on that one, I drew. I did a little test to make sure that I could do it. And I kept changing. It's so funny because when I was doing this, I would get this down, and then I'd get to here, and then I would go back the same direction. So we'll see how well I can stay focused on keeping them meeting like little hearts. But again, made my little marks. It's okay to practice, 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 make lots of marks. Because that's how you get better, right? That's how you learn. It's all about practice. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to get started. And I'm going to start here on this angle. And I'm going to pull myself in like that. Oh, actually that doesn't, you can't see that very good. Put a black color. And I'm going to go up this line. Then I'm going to go in, around. Then I'm going to go out, around. Then we're going to go back down. And I'm going to do the same thing. Up and down like that. Then on this way,
Good.
I'm going to go back around like that. Because then I'm going to meet up here. Kind of do the same thing. It's not perfect, but you know, you guys are going to get the idea.
looks great.
Back down. And it's okay to travel over the same line.
Oh, I love it.
So without drawing the whole thing, I think you guys get the idea. As I'm coming in, close there, so I can go back up around there. Closer to the end, then back up around, so you can use that more. So you can see how I kind of did small but big here. So it's that's why it's so fun to practice, is you can go back and go, you know what? I'm going to take that off and do that again. That's what I love about the Expo markers, and then just getting a sheet protector from the Office Depot or something like that. Alrighty, and then you just keep going around and around. So I think, Corey, are you ready over there?
In a second. Takes me a moment to get things adjusted, but
That's
yes,
okay.
I think I'm ready for you.
You are? I kept it right. I'm so happy.
Woohoo!
Okay, let me go over there. We're going to go try it out.
Well, now that you might have jinxed yourself.
I know, probably did. All right, so on the square template, I don't really have to pounce anything because it has all my lines for me
A
already.
lot of the lines already there for you, yep.
Yep, so I'm not going to pounce anything. I'm just going to go off of the idea that's already there. I'm going to pull the machine down. Then I'm going to pull my thread up. Do a secure stitch, another secure stitch. Make Corey happy, another secure stitch.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
And then I'm going to start.
Before you start, are they too high? The
Yeah.
handles? Okay, stop it real quick. There you go. And
Okay.
just pull them down. Well, they should. I kept them a little loose for you, so you
There
can
you go.
adjust them. There you go.
Thank you.
We'll have to tighten those back up, but
Yeah, but that's nice, so I
they're
can
done.
adjust
So you can
them.
move 'em, yep.
Okay, now I'm more to my height. So
Okay.
thank you very much for that. Okay. Woo! Crossed over there. Again.
a little bit on that larger scale.
Yeah, I know. So I say when you are doing it like on paper, you think you're thinking small,
Yeah.
and then you get here and you got to
You
get a little
gotta
bit
make it
bigger.
real wide.
Yeah, so that first one might be a little funny, but that's okay.
That's all right. Just keep it wide on that first one. On the second. There you go. Yeah. Oh, you got it spinning now, I see.
I did. I decided to change
Okay.
it up.
All right. All right. All right. A little bit of spin going. Changing it up on the fly. It's fine. I wasn't prepared for that.
Why not?
Sorry.
I think I'll do that all the way around. I'm actually liking the spin.
Okay. A little bit of movement.
And you go back down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe I'll do a reverse spin here.
People at home just cringing right now.
Uh-huh.
I like it though. It's different.
You just never know what you're going to get when you put me on a machine. It's okay.
I mean, that's
I
the
might
best
just
part about
totally
it,
change
though.
it this way.
It shows everybody. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. This is just throwing stuff together. I mean, it's the best thing about freehand quilting. Because you can just go whatever direction. Oh, now you want them to meet together in the middle. All right.
Yeah, see? They meet. So
And
if I
those are going to be
do...
spinning on that side.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it on purpose, I think. I
did.
think you did. Can you get the spin now?
I got to remember which way I'm going. That's the
Curl into
opposite.
your left. Yeah.
There you go. I had to remember.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And then I got to curl into the left again.
Wait,
No, see the
oh,
opposite
did you do it?
side.
Oh, you did that. Okay. I'm just gonna be quiet and hold the camera.
So that way it's the same, see?
No, that's got it. There you go. Yeah. Design choice indeed.
So that side's that way.
Yep.
Move this out of the way. Oh, I think I'm done.
I think you're done, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look how fast that was. You're hitting the button too many times.
I know.
There you go.
I'm trigger happy. But actually, that's not bad.
I love how that looks. That looks so good.
You got it?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. There you go. I got it.
Yeah, so I
Love
went,
that.
those match and those match. I planned that.
You did that on purpose. I'm so proud of you.
But again, if you wanted to fill it in, because I mean, if you didn't get the whole thing, it's the same thing. You could just do some stippling, right?
You can do stippling, you can do anything, honestly. You can change your thread color and do stippling more in the background fabric color.
Yeah.
Just to kind of separate the designs if you wanted to. But yeah, you can do anything. Stippling for the win.
There we go.
Just like that. Okay. Well, we have one last one. Let's go back to the drawing board.
Alrighty.
And let's take a look at what we can do. So, I'm going to head over there, and I'm going to be working on an octagon looking 9-patch. And so, with this one, oh, look at the book, so pretty. I have got, where is it at? Oh, the joys of live television. We have an octagon piece. I left mine over at the machine. My apologies. Okay, so using this 9-patch, shaped more like an octagon, could be, you know, if it had this portion here, it could be a churn dash even, so you can kind of use this for the same idea. You have a ton of different 9-patch octagon designs in this book on page 10. And we are going to be looking at using number 5. So this one's going to be super cute. This one's going to be fun to do. So I'm going to grab my Expo marker and find a starting position. And on this one, you have a lot more lines on this, so you could get away with using the spider web stencil.
Oh, yeah.
On this. That's going to look really cool. And then I'm also going to show you how to take how we take the chalk off. We had a couple of questions on how we get the pounce powder off of the quilt, and there's a little tool that we use for that, so we'll give you a little tutorial on that as well. So I'm going to start, you know what, let's go all the way into the center. Why not? Sure, let's go all the way into the center. So with this one, what I can do is I'm going to start going up here with a little bit of a loop-de-loo to fill up the space.
Loop-de-loo.
Back down, kind of like a figure 8 almost right there. And then I'm going to go right to this line of that half square piecing. So I'm going to start off with a nice big open and then drop down, loop-de-loo, kind of like a heart, up and down, and kind of travel back down that line. This is going to then come up this way, a little bit of a teardrop, back down, nice full space here to make that kind of little heart design. That wasn't enough full space, but that works. To there, and then here with a little bit of that loop down, nice full and a drop. There we go on that. To here, like that, coming into the center of this piecing. That's going to give you a nice loop-de-doo, as we call it. Come up here, teardrop, down into this portion, drop down to that point, loop, up and down.
Well, simple but cute.
Simple but cute. It's the way to do. It's the way I do life. Simple but cute. That's me.
Would you put anything on those empty corner and empty
So
triangles?
these triangle portions, I would come in and do maybe like some radiating lines to look like this portion is kind of exploding out. So I could start here, come out a little bit, and then I could just do these line works back and forth like this. This is going to give you something continuous all the way, and then you can cross right over and do it again this direction.
You can do that, or you could do like ribbon candy if you want it a little more subtle with
You could do ribbon candy
curves.
if you want to keep those curves going. You could come in with ribbon candy as well.
Yeah, love it.
So many different choices you can use. So you could be really erratic with these out here, kind of looking like lightning, or you could be kind of subtle and do the ribbon candy. Just one of the many different design ideas that you can use. So let's head over to the machine for one last time and take a look at quilting on that 9-patch piece there. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab my spiderweb stencil. I'm going to throw this on.
It is literally called Spiderweb on our website.
Oh, the irony of that right now, because we're doing Halloween. Aha! So funny, I just caught that. All right. All right, so grab my pounce powder, give it a nice hit, and kind of center this up more or less on here to give myself an idea of what I'm doing. That works, that's good there. And then I'm going to grab my lines, just like so. I'm going to need a little bit more powder, just like so. Do, 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 do. Boop, boop. Okay. Pull that off. Oh, that's beautiful.
You got enough.
It's perfect. You can never have too much powder. A little bit of a spray on that to keep it down. Maybe a spray or two. That's a little bit extra that I put in there.
A little extra.
A little bit of extra that I put in there. All right, and we're going to start here in this center portion. And remember, on our drawing, this section, these little center lines here, north, south, east, west, weren't there. So I actually need to get rid of those real quick. So I'm going to take this Aunt Pam's quilt sponge. This is what we use to get off the chalk. And oh gosh, sorry. So this is what we use to get off the chalk. We sell it on our website as well. And I'm just going to come in and brush that right off. And once that best press evaporates, then that chalk disappears with it too.
So you can take it off before or after.
Before or after you do
It's
the best
actually
press,
nice
yeah.
after, though, because the other chalk is staying in place while you're taking that off.
Right.
So
and
it's actually
once that evaporates with it, you're all good. Okay.
awesome.
So take this, and I am going to start right here. Pull out my thread.
It's just funny how we can go from back to forth. I can pull the handles down for me. You
I
put the
know, I had to
handles up
go
for
right
you.
back up. All right. So I'm going to start with my little loop-de-doo up to here. So I'm going to take this. Oh, trigger happy just like you.
I know.
There you go, kind of wide. Loop-de-doo up to here. Drop down to this point. Follow this line up to that line, drop down. That was a big loop-de-doo. Fine. And back down like that. Coming up to here. Loop-de-doo. Back down. Get that out the way. Kind of following up this line. Drop down. That was a big loop-de-doo. I love design choices.
Yeah.
Come in here, fill that space up. Loop-de-doo. Drop down. Here. Drop down. Into there. There we go. Filling up. Teardrop or loop-de-doo. Down. Up and around. Ooh, that was a big one. All right. Down into that portion right there.
Good job. I love it.
Okay. And then if you wanted to do that ribbon candy on that outside real quick, 2 seconds on that one, you could pull up your threads, head it to whatever direction you feel most comfortable. I'll start up here.
Yeah, and get a little better shot.
Pull up my threads, tie those down with a couple single stitches, your choice, and then you can start that ribbon candy. It's kind of like those erratic lines, but instead of the sharp points, you're just doing nice curves. Going back and forth, back and forth. You can make them tight if you wanted to really give it some dimension. Or you could keep them nice and open like I did at the beginning. Completely up to you. You could travel down this for stitching the ditch. And then you would head this direction now. So you could do that nice wide open one. This is going to get it done really fast. Like that. Or like I said, you could do really tight ribbon candy. All the way down. Just like so. Oh, you want me to do that side too?
I think you should do the erratic.
Oh, the erratic lines.
Yeah.
Okay. Erratic lines are a little easier to do. You're feeling a ton of points. And I wouldn't stress too hard. That's actually a great point. I wouldn't stress too hard about getting this point right in that point, because if you get one and you don't do the rest of them, that's going to be more noticeable than not getting it all 4 of them at all.
But you could if you wanted to.
Oh, no, totally, of course. So if I wanted to get that one, there we go. There's that point. All personal preference, all design choices. And whenever you're done, finish out that stitch in the ditch so it looks cohesive on the back of the quilt. Just like that. I'll move my threads.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump
And
over
that's
there.
that little 9-patch octagon.
That looks so good, though.
Doesn't it? Thank you.
I love it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Now if you
Since we're
scratch
talking
off
about, yeah, to the chalk. I just walked right off set there. So I'll take my Aunt Pam's quilt sponge and just give it a nice, and you have to be pretty aggressive with it. And since it's pushed down with best press, once that best press evaporates, chalk's gone.
There you go. Looks good.
Guess that'd be nice and aggressive with it.
And then we get over a little bit closer
Turn
now.
it off once that best press is gone.
Oh, I'm turning the wrong camera the wrong way. There we go.
Love it.
That
See,
turned
that
out
looks
so
so much
cute.
better without the chalk
I know, you
lines.
take the chalk off and it's like, wow, that looks good.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
Perfect.
take it over.
All right, so we'll head back. And we are here. Awesome. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of After Hours as we looked at the Skill Builder Mastery Book. There's so many different design options that are available to you with that.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. We had lots of people saying that they love this stitch on the machine. They love seeing us do design work on it. So, you know,
It's been a while since we did some design
I
work
know
on
it has been a
machines,
while.
so
That
it's
was
nice
a
to be
lot
back.
of fun. So we'll be doing a lot more design ideas for you using templates we have, stencils, books, our own ideas that we come up with in our heads.
So many different things, always.
Yeah, and you know, and sometimes some of them, the videos will be a little longer when we do stuff like that. So
Okay.
hopefully you guys enjoy that and you enjoy watching us do that. And you can always send us ideas too, right?
We love ideas. We love ideas. So everything that we have shown this evening is available on our website, again, longarmsupplies.net. You can visit everything there. What else am I going with? Do I have anything else in my arsenal of stuff I have to say tonight?
No, just that we're going to see him tomorrow and I have you dressing up.
Oh, gosh. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. It's fine. That'll be great.
Yes.
That'll be great.
Anyway.
I'm excited. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this evening on After Hours. We will see you tomorrow morning on Good Morning LEQ for our little pumpkin carving contest.
That's
See
right.
ya. Bye.
Bye.